Hello, Holy Cross community, and welcome to my kitchen once again. The sun is shining, it's getting warmer out, it's starting to feel like spring, although there's still a lot of snow out there for me out here. Today we're going to make microwave quinoa fried rice. So it's definitely a healthier take on a favorite takeout item. And the recipe I'm following says you can use a rice cooker in the microwave. It's a special rice cooker, but I'm just going to use a glass bowl and I'm going to put a dish on top of it. Make sure everything you're using is microwave safe. So we're going to cross our fingers and get going, right? All right, so what do you need? You need quinoa. You need, the recipe calls for red pepper, any kind of pepper, some broccoli, some sliced mushrooms, which is great if you can buy them sliced and washed already. That cuts out one of your steps. The quinoa, some frozen peas and carrots, some vegetable broth right here. And my favorite way to get vegetable broth is to get this better than bouillon. You just keep it in the fridge once you opened it, and it's so much easier and more convenient than taking up those 32-ounce containers of vegetable broth. You just keep this in your fridge, and 1 teaspoon makes 1 cup of vegetable broth. You just add it to hot water. You're going to need some soy sauce and some sesame oil, and then salt and pepper if you'd like, and then some scallions to finish it off at the end, as well as a couple eggs, as many eggs as you want to add, but I'm going to get to that step in a little bit. First, we're going to start with getting the quinoa cooked in the microwave, and that's what takes the longest, really. So I'm going to add in a cup of quinoa straight into a bowl. I'm going to add in 2 cups of vegetable broth, and I use that better than bouillon. I added that to 2 cups of warm water and just mixed it together. So if you see some clumps in here, it's just the bouillon that hasn't been fully mixed in. So I'm adding in 2 cups. The recipe made a much larger portion that I'm following, so I'm trying to make it so it won't explode or like come over the sides when it's cooking. So hopefully I've chosen the right quantities. Now let's get to the vegetables. So some fresh red pepper. We're going to do about 1/4 cup of diced red pepper. So can you see me right now? Let's move the mushrooms. Okay. So I'm just going to do about 1/4 cup of this, which actually might be what I have right here. You don't have to be fancy. Just dice it up. And again, you could switch up what type of pepper. It doesn't have to be red pepper. Use an orange pepper, a green pepper, yellow pepper. So many different kinds. And this is a great meal prep recipe. So if you know that you can't get to the dining hall for so many days this week, prep this ahead of time, and you can just keep it in fridge in individual portions, different containers, and then you have lunches or dinner for the week. You can eat this for breakfast too. I've definitely made quinoa bowls for breakfast. All right, I'm going to put the pepper aside, and now I'm going to do, I'm going to do one of these broccoli crowns. So I'm just going to cut off the stem, and I'm going to cut them, you want bite-sized pieces, so little spears or little florets, and about 3/4 cup of the broccoli. And I want to make sure they cook, so I want to make sure I don't put them in as too big of pieces. So let's just separate out the spears here. When I was a kid, I only ate the tops of the broccoli, like literally just the tops, like the tree part, and left the rest of it. And then I see that same thing happening with my kids now too. But really, you could eat all the broccoli, all the whole part. Just peel the stem if you want to use that too, and put that in here. You know, as long as you have 3/4 cup, you're good. All right, so I think I'm gonna maybe put 1 more piece in and call that a 3/4 cup. Okay. Put that aside. Now, about 1/4 cup of your sliced mushrooms. And again, if you can buy them sliced and washed, bonus, right? So I'm going to put in half of this. About half. Okay. And then we need, let's see, about 1/8 cup of soy sauce. So, let's see here. I'm going to go, that's 1/4 right there. Let's say that's about 1/8. So Put about 1/8 of a cup of that in. Now we need a tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. Actually, sorry, a teaspoon. A teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Although, if you put a tablespoon in, that'd be fine too. So we're gonna put a teaspoon in of that. Now I'm gonna mix it together and double check that I have all my ingredients. So I put in the 1/8 of a cup of soy sauce, a teaspoon of sesame oil, 2 cups of vegetable broth. Let's see, 1/4 of a cup of sliced mushrooms, 1/4 of a cup of red pepper. You can also put in some bacon, uncooked bacon, diced up if you wanted to add that to this as well. And we did about 3/4 of a cup of broccoli. And then the quinoa, the vegetable broth. So let's mix this together in, again, a microwave-safe bowl. Let's see. I love the smell of sesame oil and soy sauce. I mean, Asian food is probably one of my favorites. I think because I am gluten-free, Asian food is rice-based, so I'm pretty safe eating all of that. So, and this is even healthier because I'm using quinoa, which is an excellent source of protein. Quinoa contains all of the essential amino acids. So for vegetarians and vegans, it's a very important part of their diet to get those in when you're not eating meat or fish. Okay, let's take it over to the microwave because this is a microwave now. This is where we cross our fingers. So I'm going to put a dish over that, just like you would a lid of a pot. Okay, and I'm going to put it in, I'm going to put 12 minutes, but I'm not going to lie, I'm going to keep an eye on it because I don't want it spilling everywhere, okay? So let's do 12 minutes, start, and I will check back. I'm going to check on this as it goes, but I will check back with you when the quinoa is cooked. Welcome back. It's still going, so we have about 2 minutes left on that 12-minute timer, but I'm going to bring you back to do the eggs that are going to be mixed in. So take a microwave-safe mug, spray it with some oil spray, or if you have butter or any kind of oil or fat, and then we're going to crack in 3 eggs, and then just whisk them up. There we go. Whisk them up, and I'm going to throw these out. So you can just add some salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, any other spice that you like. And again, you're just going to whisk them like you were just making scrambled eggs, and then we're going to put them in the microwave when this is done. And we can also get our scallions ready, too, for topping. All right, so that's just scrambled in there. That's ready to go in. All right, let's cut up some scallions just to top off our fried rice when it's all done. So you probably just want to put, I mean, this is, whatever you like to put on top. Just cut a little bit. There we go. That's ready for topping. And then also get your frozen peas and carrots ready, a 1/2 cup of frozen peas and carrots. So we have everything ready for the next step. We're just waiting for this timer to go off. And I'm going to see, I've been watching it. I've been peering it in the microwave. So what we're going to do, we're going to cook the eggs for 2 minutes. Then add the eggs back to the quinoa along with the peas and carrots and cook again for another 2 minutes. So I'll explain it as we go along. Let's see. All right, it's still boiling. There's definitely significant liquid left over. So let's take a look at this. It's all about troubleshooting. But I'm happy it didn't overflow. So let's see. All right. Get off me. Okay. Well, the veggies are definitely cooking. And so is the quinoa. All right, I think I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put this in for another 3 minutes and then check it again. Because right now, can you see it? I mean, it's still very soupy. It's almost like a soup. So I'm going to put it back in for another 3 minutes. Again, we're not using a rice cooker. We're using the microwave. So, times may vary. So let's go ahead, pop this back on, and let's let it go for another 3 minutes. And I'm going to keep an eye on it. If it has to go longer, if it has to go longer than that, then I will let it go and then let you know the ending time, how long it took to cook the quinoa. Alright, so it took 21 minutes to get to a point where I felt like the quinoa was done enough. We are going to cook it a little bit longer once we put the frozen veggies in, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. Okay, so you can see it no longer looks soupy. It's more, the quinoa is puffed up. You can see that it's expanded, and most of the liquid has been evaporated or sucked up by the quinoa. So we're at the point I feel like we can move on. So you're going to have to keep an eye on your microwave. Everyone's a different wattage. So mine took 21 minutes total. Okay, so now I'm going to cook the eggs. I'm going to put these in for 2 minutes. Hopefully this just takes 2 minutes. It should. So I'm going to cook the eggs for 2 minutes, and then we will mix those in. All right, we're coming up on the eggs, finishing up here. Be careful the handle's not too hot. They puffed up nicely. They look like they still need some more time because they're still, I don't know if I can show you that, but they're fluffy in the top, but there's still a lot of liquid that's left over. So I'm actually going to stir them a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of liquid in the bottom still. So stir them up a little bit, sort of like we did if you did the omelet last week. I'm going to stir them up and I'm going to put them in again for, let's do another 90 seconds. And you can see now I stirred the quinoa up a bit. So you can see it now much more resembles quinoa like you've seen. Not as much moisture in there. And we are going to stir in the ½ cup of, we have frozen peas and carrots, but you could use other frozen vegetables. And then once the eggs are done, I'm going to pop this in for another 2 minutes, which should hopefully dry it out a bit more and heat up the peas and carrots. Oh my goodness. It just became a volcano. It was going about 2 feet above. All right, so I'd say that's done. I'm actually not going to add it in to the quinoa right now. I'm going to cook the quinoa for another 2 minutes to heat up the peas and carrots. And then the final touch will be adding in the cooked egg. I don't know if any of you made the omelet last week, but it was so fluffy when it was made in the microwave. All right, 2 minutes, and that should be done. And then we're going to mix in the egg and the scallions. All right, the buzzer's going off. Let me get my oven mitts. Let's see. Looks darn good. Like cooked quinoa should look. Oh. All right, I am going to put that away. And, yes, perfect. So everything is heated up now. Everything's been cooked together. I took the, I just plopped the egg out of the mug. I'm just going to chop it up. I mean, my favorite part of fried rice is the egg, so, and I'm just going to chop it up. This is a good amount of eggs. Everyone's going to get a nice taste of it. Everything's so hot right now. I'm trying not to burn myself. All right, we're going to add the egg in here. I'm going to stir it up. And this is going to be dinner tonight, honestly. Can you see all that? It smells delicious. Smells like fried rice. The veggies are probably done a little bit more than I would like. Mainly the broccoli. But I'm going to go with it. What we could do next time is we could cook the quinoa a little bit in the microwave, say for like we did it for 21 minutes total, maybe cook it for 10 minutes and then add the veggies. That would cut down on the making them mushy. But here you go. This is a healthy meal. Like I said, the quinoa provides a lot of protein, all of the omegas, or no, all of the amino acids that your body needs. So there you go. There's quinoa fried rice. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and show me what you made. Send us a picture. Thank you.